Alright, so ever since the holiday season kicked off, RuneScape has been gnawing at my brain. There's something about the Christmas vibe in RuneScape, cozy, nostalgic, and festive. It's always been one of my favorite parts of the game. But over the years, that magical feeling has been overshadowed by something far less joyful, and that is extreme microtransactions. If you've played RS3 recently, you know exactly what I'm talking about. MTX is everywhere. It's the same cloud that loomed over my 2021 Twitch series, where I set out to max in 365 days. And to be clear, I didn't swipe my way to victory. I grinded hard, made awesome friends, and streamed with some incredible people. But looking back, I realized something that everyone else had been telling me all along. Achievements in RS3 don't really hit the same unless you're an Ironman. Because here's the thing, without that Ironman badge, who's to say you didn't just swipe your card? That realization stuck with me, and it's one of the reasons I'm starting this new series. But this time, I'm doing things very differently. Step 1, I'm not playing RuneScape 3. I'm playing old school RuneScape. Step 2, I'm going full hardcore Ironman. That means no trading, full self-sufficiency, and if I die, it's over. I'll have to start all over again. Step 3, I'm ditching the wikis, guides, and all those meta videos. Instead, I'm embracing the MMO aspect of this game. If I need help, I'll ask other players in-game, and I just have to hope that they don't troll me. So what are the main goals for the series? Let's break them down. 1. Achieve the quest cape by completing every quest in OSRS. 2. Max all main combat skills, attack, strength, defense, magic, and ranged. Slayer, prayer, and summoning, those are optional, but we'll just have to see how far we get on them. Bonus goals though, if I manage to survive and the series gains enough traction, max the Hardcore Ironman account. Obtain a max gear setup. Complete Major PvM Milestones. I don't know what these are yet, but we'll figure it out together, okay? Unlock all the pets. I'm pretty sure there's pets. Hopefully not one for every single skill, though. And here's the kicker. If the channel hits 10,000 subscribers at any point when we're doing this series, I'll stream each day on Twitch and YouTube so you can follow the grind in real time. It's gonna be a long journey filled with danger, setbacks, and hopefully some unforgettable moments, you know, but that's enough talk. Let's take our first steps in the world of old school RuneScape. Holy nostalgia. I haven't been here since I was like 10. This is crazy. They need to bring this back for RuneScape 3. And again, they have a lot to do there, so. Let's go with some orange hair. And we just had to set my clothes up to how I feel IRL lately. Hey, look at us. Looking pretty good. I'd wave, but I don't think we have the emote menu unlocked. All right. I've been to Tutorial Island before in the past. Seems very much the same, but I guess we'll see. This guy essentially right here teaches us that we can talk to people. And then we will head straight out this door afterwards, where we should learn cooking, fishing, and tree chopping. Not in that order. Fun fact, speaking of when I was 10, I am that guy that's going to get to level 3, which is the max on Tutorial Island of basically any skill that I possibly can. So we're just going to cut through to the end of Tutorial Island. If you're a veteran, you've seen it all before plenty of times, I'm sure. If you're new, I'll let you experience it on your own. As much as a montage video would be fun, we have a lot to get through today, and I just want to ask, do you guys remember RuneScape music videos? I just remembered those. That's kind of crazy to think back on. I remember listening to Young by Hollywood Undead. RuneScape music videos. Those were sick. Anyways, make sure that you talk to this guy before the magic tutor if you're going to be an Ironman. It's completely optional. You'll probably end up talking to him anyways, just like I did, but I almost didn't. And I was expecting to be asked to be an Ironman when I left the island, so very glad I decided to talk to him. Make sure to set all that up right if you're doing this too. Otherwise, I guess you could just ignore it. The time has finally come. We're leaving the island. Here, off we go, and Lumbridge. Oh, sweet, sweet Lumbridge. So yeah, as soon as I arrived in Lumbridge, my lizard brain activated and I pretty much just started running around stealing and slaying. Once I remembered my goal, I went ahead and did the cook's assistant, naturally. Then I went to the graveyard, where I expected most of the Lumbridge quests to be, because there's at least a few of them, I think, in RS3. There were not, but once I went a little past that to the shore, topped talked to some people, hopped on a boat, and went to Draenor Manor 2.0 apparently. This is where the whole not using wikis or guides or of any kind really became apparent and showed me how hard this is actually going to be. I spent at least an hour here on something that with a guide would have taken me probably actually 2 minutes. So that is actually a sentence that actually gets exponentially more funny when you take a step back and look at how easy and like well laid out this quest is. This is certainly a quest that's supposed to be like, hey, look, there's quests in RuneScape and you can do them too. Even though it was challenging, it was also probably one of the most beginner-friendly quests that I've ever seen. Unless I just completely ignored that on all the quests in this game before because I was using a guide. But like, there is a bucket there. Right there. You're gonna need a bucket. And that happens throughout this whole thing. Oh my god, you get in. You're gonna need a knife for the next step. There's a knife right there on the table. You're gonna need a knife for another step in the quest that took me way too long to figure out. But it's like, this is very beginner friendly, yet it was still challenging to the point that it was satisfying. Has to be noted here. Oh my god, is that terrifying for the rest of the quests that are going to be purposefully more challenging, I'm sure. So this is like a quest that seems pretty inspired by the scary movies. Gives me the vibe that I'm pretty sure goes with those movies. But essentially you watch a lot of people die stereotypically and not so stereotypically in a comical fashion, and you get some puzzles to figure out. And I'm trying not to give too many spoilers, but I really do have to highlight this part that I was stuck on for like at least 30 minutes. If we look at this, it's pretty obvious that the final letters of this one turn into the names of gems. But let me just say this, I thought that the Z was obviously red topaz because it was the only gem that had a Z in it. What am I talking about? The doors have gems on them for some reason. The doorknobs have gems on them. It is the perfect just confusion sprinkled on top of it all. Piece de resistance. But as you can see right now, it took me a long time of running around trying doors with different gemstone style doorknobs in different orders, back, forward, and who knows what I was thinking at that point, to be honest, just to figure out that I should probably read the first letters of the beginning of the sentences. Oh, look at that. A gemstone that starts with a Z. That suddenly makes everything make a lot more sense on the other side of those sentences. All right, let's give this another try. As I stepped in this room, I was immediately reminded by a voice in the back of my head, oh, hey, you're an hardcore Ironman. Should you really be fighting a boss right now? And thankfully, I mean, it was skill-based, but not skill-based, if you know what I mean. This was not stat-based combat with this boss. This is a very cool, another great example of just the way this quest was built to kind of get you thinking and into things. And it's just like, okay, they keep throwing things at you out of the wardrobes. Easy enough to dodge, luckily for me, but it also was very apparent that the only other thing in the room was a mirror and you could push it around. As soon as I saw it fling off to the side, it was pretty obvious that you had to hit them back with the mirror. Thankfully, it was straightforward, just bing bong, hit the mirror, it went right back at him. But then comes the hilarious ending to this whole scary movie theme quest where you kind of get to do some Scooby-Dooing. As it turns out, despite my tattered apparel, it was very obvious to these two that I was an adventurer, and they hate adventurers, so what better than to lure them here and do some kind of scary movie thing and take me out. But apparently they underestimated me. So did I, it seems, but I got them. They were pretty determined to kill me until they thankfully got in an argument and distracted enough for the biggest plot twist of all time. One of the victims was not taken out completely. They happened to be an even better adventurer than I because they were completely armless and walked in with a Bandos Godsword to exact their revenge. Immediately upon leaving that scenario, I was wondering, where am I going to complete the quest if those were the quest givers? But thankfully, that epic adventure was out front here, ready to give me a good job. You did it. So woohoo! Miss Holland mystery complete. Got some crafting XP, and apparently she took all the doorknobs and didn't want to tell me, but gave me a few of them so I wouldn't think about it, because I got an uncut ruby, emerald, and sapphire. And 2 total quest points is what we're at now. Day 1 complete. There are a lot of quests. I don't know how many. I should probably have checked before I started, but here we are. This is gonna be a long journey, so if you enjoyed this whatsoever, please help me keep on top of it. Hit that subscribe, hit like, hit comment. This is my trial run at doing, you know, maybe potentially full-time YouTube. We'll have to see. I don't know about that one, but it would be nice. So would a job, but this is where we're at. But regardless, I will be seeing you again very soon, because this guy is going to go boot up old school RuneScape right now.